Welcome to the Fresh Inspiration Show with founder and host Rhonda Liebig, energy revitalizer and mindset freedom coach and #1 best-selling author. We are here to freshly inspire you, uplift you, and transform you with our unique Mindset Transformation Entertainment Show. Get ready as we kick it into high gear, arousing your motivation in lifestyle, vitality, and business. But before we walk through the threshold and start the Fresh Inspiration Show, take a deep breath. Check in. What is your level of belief in you to conquer this new world? And then do yourself a favor. Before you exit our show, ask yourself, what is your level of transformation? Because we know if you believe it, you can achieve it. And that's why the biggest, best, and boldest inspirers are here for you right now. Buckle up. Yeah, you've got this.
Fresh inspiration. Fresh inspiration. Fresh inspiration. Fresh inspiration.
Okay, so this is Laura Marie from Brownsville, Oregon, and we are going to gather in the pasture today. So I'm going to invite the horses in, and as well as invite each one of you in. I'm going to give my granddaughter the signal to let the horses come out to the pasture. Okay.
Laura, I'm excited.
Here they come.
Lori Ludlow Arnott said, hi, Laura.
Hi, Laurie. So Cabby is leading. Bingo is second.
Is Cabby the clown?
Yes, Cabby is the brave class clown. And Pansy's going to go that way. Here comes Cabby.
Oh, look at that beauty.
And Bingo. Lucky has a mask on. I'll explain Lucky's mask in a little while. And last but not least, Blue. Blue is our shy one, and he tends to just hang back and do his own thing.
Hi, Blue.
And I don't make him join. Okay, come to the pasture with me. Walk along with the horses.
I love seeing
Yes?
your horses. They are so tall and big, and they look really strong, and that they're going to be here for you to be able to share some stuff. I wonder which horses are going to want to connect with everybody.
We will see. And if any of you watching would like to have me pet one of the horses or kiss or hug or just talk to or stand by any of the horses, just let me know which one you like.
So we get to.
So we're going out to a pasture now.
So we get to learn what each horse and their specialty.
Yes. I'm going to walk up to each horse now and let you know what they specialize in. It looks like we're closest to Bingo.
Hi, Bingo.
Oh, they're kind of excited to be out here. I hope you're excited to be out here too, everybody.
I was out there, Laura. That's where I got to really connect with all the horses. Is that they usually hang out right up there on the top and eat and do their thing.
Yes. Yep, this is where they like to be. So this is Bingo. He is the leader of the herd. He's a natural leader. So we learn leadership skills from him by observing him. He's not a pushy leader, but he's a very strong leader, and all of the horses respect him. He gets to eat first, and he kind of gets to do whatever he wants to. Bingo. He came from the Eugene auction about 4 years ago, and he came home with us with another horse. When I adopt horses, I always bring 2 home, so they have an immediate friend. Very important for them to have an ally and a friendship right away. So he came with Lucky.
So
Anybody
Laura,
want to say?
anybody
Yeah?
so the people who would want to connect with Bingo are people that are learning to step into their leadership or really do stand as a leader, but I could even see feeling lonely sometimes, because as you lead, sometimes you don't have a person at that point to convey, certain things that might make you sad or happy, because as a leader, you really do stand out of a community.
Yes, you do. Sometimes it's just you with all that responsibility, or feeling like all that responsibility is on your shoulders. One thing amazing about a horse herd is they watch out for each other. So if Bingo wants to lay down in the field, the other horses will stand around him and guard him while he rests. And I think that's an important example of true leadership is you need to rest and let your people in your herd watch over you too. You don't always have to be the strong one. You can lay down, you can rest.
Laura, for Bingo, for me, I would love you to hug Bingo. When you are talking about him, I'm feeling a release in my chest, like this. Bingo's here for me today.
Oh,
Oh. Wow, thank you.
there's a hug from Bingo. And also this is a heart hug when you come to their heart.
Laura Kelchin is saying yes. She's enjoying the deep breaths that she's feeling, and it sounds like Laura Kelchin needs and Laura, did you see that? Laura Kelchin, did you see that Laura Marie did the big heart hug? Can you do that heart hug again?
Yeah, this is my heart to his heart. We're heart hugging.
Mm. Wow.
Maybe I'll heart hug on this side too. Oh, boy, that just really gave me a lot of love
Oh,
and just gave me a really deep breath. I just inhaled. He has a certain smell about him that's wonderful, a certain feel about him, like we all do.
Laura Kelchin said, yes, that was amazing.
One thing I've learned about doing these virtual experiences with the horses is I really feel like I'm a conduit. So if somebody watching would like Kelton, would like to have a certain experience with a horse, I can help that happen for you.
I would love, because he's so tall and beautiful, could you rub by his neck all the way back to his hind?
Okay, here we go. Now I'm 5'8", so you can kind of guess how tall he is.
Wow. Laura Arnott said, I love that concept, Laura, to look out for each other in the herd. When one is resting, they all guard him.
Yep. They can teach us a lot.
Just the calm, I can see the leadership. And being the host of the show today, this was like Laura Kelchin and Lori Arnott are feeling that they are appreciating getting to know Bingo, Bingo more.
I named him Bingo because he was my late mother's kind of namesake, because she loved the game bingo. So when I say his name, I think of my mother in heaven.
Oh,
It may seem like a kind of a funny name for a big, strong horse, but it has a lot of meaning when it's attached to something that is that special. So how about if we move on to another horse?
that sounds great, Laura. I was just asking our community if we got everybody. So Lori Ludlow Arnott, really appreciating And she also said, I love that heart hug, Laura, and the way you
Oh.
feel when you hug him.
Oh. So while I'm walking in the pasture with you, I wanted to show you this. This grows naturally in Oregon. It smells and tastes delicious. It's field mint.
Mmm.
So I wish I could just send some of this mint with you. And when the horses roll in it, they smell like mint. It's really amazing. So this
I
is a
feel,
native plant of Oregon, this field mint.
I feel
All
better
right.
relation with that mint, Laura.
It just smells amazing. All right. Keep coming in the pasture with me.
Oh,
And
Lori Arnott is saying, can you approach Blue? Lori already knows
Okay.
she wants to see Blue.
Okay, Laurie's going to challenge me here because Blue is shy. All right, let's see what Blue does. Hi, Blue. Laurie would like a little time with you. What do you think of that? You're okay with that? Okay.
So Lori Arnott, what would you like? What would you like for Blue? And Lori was saying, field mint sounds wonderful. I know, just being part of this and watching you over in Oregon, the sun is out, smelling the mint. And she said, I want to see how you approach him. Yeah, so Lori, you saw that, huh? How Lori got to Blue.
So the way I approach Blue is calmly, but how do I say this? With confidence. Because he doesn't like me to act like I'm afraid of him.
Yeah.
He wants to know that I'm really assured that I'm okay with him. So I don't back off from him, and I let him know I'm strong. And when I let him know I'm strong, he seems to feel safe with me.
Laura, can
And
you tell
Blue,
us more about Blue?
yes, Blue on his other hip, I'm going to walk over there. I'm letting him know I'm coming on this side. Has a very large scar.
Mhm.
And I do not know the history of this scar. It has given him somewhat of a disability, but it's just one of his badges of honor.
Yeah.
And he has a really big scar there. Since he came from the auction without much information, I don't really know how he got that. But we look at it that he must have gone through something that was traumatic.
Just
And
you,
that's his badge of honor.
audience. How do you feel about being with Laura in Blue? I am very much feeling as if I'm there in the warmth and watching Blue be himself. You know, looking at his scar, knowing that he's been through a lot. Lori Ludlow Arnott said, I like that, Lori. It's good to know how to approach, hard to approach animals and people. So we're talking about people too, because that really does teach us how to be respectful.
Yes, it does. Blue has a blue mane. That's why his name is Blue. See that gray? We might call it gray, but in the horse world, you call that mane Blue. That's why his name is Blue. He has a blue mane. All right, we have Cabby over here.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, Cabby is the class clown. Maybe some of you are the class clown or know of the class clown, but he is the one who brings fun and excitement to the herd. And he also has a legend that I learned after I brought him home from the auction. One of the people that knew him at the auction sent me a private message and said, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Cabby. And Cabby, the legend says, he ran off a bear.
Wow.
or treed a bear, and he also ran off mountain lions.
Wow. So
The
Lori,
other thing I learned about, oh, go ahead.
do you think then that Cabby is a clown, but he holds a very strong undercurrent of protecting?
He really does. And knowing that he has the courage to run off a mountain lion helps me understand that he played a role in protecting our mare, Pansy, who was actually attacked by a mountain lion. And I feel like one of the reasons Pansy survived that attack was because of this guy. He, I believe, and nobody saw it, but I believe he helped run off that mountain lion.
Mm.
I was told by the county trapper that came out after the attack that horses don't normally survive an attack from a mountain lion. But Pansy did, and the reason, another reason I think that Cabby was a part of that is neither Cabby nor Pansy would go back in the pasture that happened in.
Wow.
So they both experienced trauma together, and they both survived it together. So he's a white Arabian.
So Lori Arnott said, Cabby the class clown sounds very brave and courageous.
Yes, he is.
So
He has a
Lori,
lot of courage.
I feel that, and I'm asking the community too, when are there times when you feel you have to be bold and courageous? And do you want to have some kind of time with Cabby? For me, I know that if you could pet Cabby and also do a nice big hug, because of all the work that Cabby's done to protect, but also his playfulness. I love that.
Okay, Cabby. Let's see how he feels about a hug. Come here, Cabby. Put your head up for a second so I can get a hold of you.
Isn't this funny, everyone? Cabby's eating
Yeah.
and Laura's saying, Cabby, someone wants a hug.
This is, yeah, he's good. This is a hug. Thank you, Cabby. And also I'm going to do a heart hug.
Thank you, Cabby.
He's like, you know, I think I'm going to go back to eating now. And as funny as it may sound, he's also, I believe, our most intelligent horse. He is so smart. And I think having a good sense of humor does show intelligence.
Yeah.
He's smaller. You see, he's a lot
Oh, yeah.
smaller or shorter than Bingo and Blue. But really, size doesn't matter when it comes to courage.
Yeah, and he may not realize he's shorter than Bingo. He may have so much
Yeah.
courage he thinks he may be taller.
Yeah, he
Nobody's
believes
told him
he's the
that.
big. He believes he's the strongest one in the herd, and his sheer willpower and spirit does make him very mighty and strong. And his favorite place to be scratched is right here. This is what he loves. See, he'll even pick his head up. He'll stop eating for this. He loves this spot right here.
Oh,
All horses have their special places that they like to be scratched or rubbed. And we work at trying to find that special place for them.
you do, I can tell you take such good care of them. They all have such beautiful skin and the way their hair looks. Lori Arnott says, does Cabby usually like heart hugs?
Cabby can feel very affectionate at times and almost pushes himself on you to have hugs.
Mhm.
And right now he's like, I want to eat.
You let me out with this freedom and now I want to eat. So
Yeah,
I also wanted to know more about his sense of humor.
okay, so what he'll do sometimes is maybe I'll put a blanket during the winter on the other horses, including him, and he decides hey, I don't like that blanket on you. And he will pull the blanket off. And I'll find the blanket laying in the field. And I'm like, Cabby, I know you did this. So he'll do that. He'll also take fly masks off of them.
So Laura,
else does he
he
do?
actually takes fly masks off the other horses?
Yes. And he'll take your coat off too, if you're not careful.
No
He'll
way.
like, hey, take your coat off, and he'll get a hold of your hood and pull it if you're not watching him. You know, kind of like a prankster.
Uh-huh.
Yep, that's our Cabby. And that's short for caboose.
Oh.
He came from the auction with the name Cabby, so we just let him keep it. And they told me his nickname was Cabby, short for caboose. I don't know where it originated from. I just know that that's the name he came with.
I'm just holding the space, breathing in as if I'm there. It feels so wonderful to be able to see the green grass, watch beautiful Cabby. You know, I love the Arabians that you have, Laura. Their beautiful ears and the
Yes.
structure of their face and their body.
One of the reasons that I like the white Arabians is they're so wonderful to photograph. And I'm a horse photographer. So I love the way they look and the way they photograph. They are really fun to photograph.
And then
Who do we have now?
Arnett said, what made you decide to bring him home? What was it that really resonated for you at that moment?
So with the Eugene livestock auction, they'll post pictures about horses and what's for sale. And when I saw him, I thought, oh, good, there's a photography model for me. And I decided I would buy him. Up to, you know, when you go to auction, you want to have, I'll pay this much for the horse. And so I went there with my budget, and he fell right within my budget. And I was able to bring him home as planned,
Wow.
along with Blue.
Did they come together home, or it just that Blue?
Yes,
Oh.
they came together home. They did. And on the night that I brought him home from the auction, it's traumatic for a horse or any livestock to go through a livestock auction. You can only imagine what they go through, traveling there, being
Yeah.
exposed to all of the sounds, and it's hard on them. And Cabby was having a meltdown at the auction, and Blue calmed him down. Blue, like, I'm going to keep it together for you, Cabby, and we're going to make it through this. So Blue helped him get into the stock trailer to come home, and they came home together, and they've created an alliance. They're allies, friends.
Lori Ludlow Arnott said, which horses like to be ridden? Now the other day you went for a ride. So who did you ride, and who likes to be ridden?
I rode Lucky. I'll tell you about Lucky. Let's move over there. And Pansy. I also ride Pansy. I also ride Bingo. Those are three of my favorites. These two, I have other people ride. So yeah, let's go to Lucky next.
Where'd Lucky get his name?
Well, Lucky was so emaciated at the auction. He didn't look anything like his picture. So I thought, oh, he's sick. He might be dying. He's starving. He's nothing like the picture. He's a retired police horse. And so my husband said, Laura, are you sure you want to bring that horse home? I said, it's against my better judgment to buy a horse in that shape, but I am not going to let a former police horse die. And when I say die, the person bidding against me was what they call a kill buyer. And that is a buyer who buys horse to be slaughtered for their meat. And they will buy the large horses and take them to Canada or take them to Mexico and have him slaughtered. And I could tell that my competition was that guy. So I said to my husband, I'm going to take that horse home. I am not letting him go to the kill buyer.
Yep.
So we brought him home, and I thought, if he just comes home and dies here, it's at least better than the other way. So with lots and lots of doctoring and love, we were able to restore his health. And he's been one of our favorite horses. And he's an Appaloosa, which is a really special breed. All right, we'll move on to Lucky so you can get a good look at him. You'll notice that Lucky has a mask on. It's kind of cool.
Lori said one more thing. I love how in tune you are with the horse feelings. I bet you know how much you care for them. And I bet they are lifting your spirits as well.
Yes, it's very mutual. So Lucky has a mask on, and it's also a visor. Has a sun visor here. It protects his eyes from the sunlight. He has something called moon blindness, and he is slowly losing his eyesight. By this, it helps him stay out of the bright light and protects his eyesight.
I love his Appaloosa spots there.
Oh yeah, they kind of look like snowflakes.
Mm.
Every Appaloosa has their own special markings, just like we have our own special fingerprints and special things that are unique to us. This is Lucky's markings. And because of these markings, I was able, actually, I'll give my husband credit for this. He said, I'm going to find out if he really was a police horse, because some horse traders are not honest.
Mm-hmm.
And he was able to track down the policeman that rode him because of these markings. And talk to the policeman that used to ride him. He actually came from Chico, California.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Lori Arnott said, I love how you saved Lucky's life. Does he mind the mask? I always wondered about that too, Lori. That's a really good question.
Yes, and I'll probably, by the end of the day, put masks on all of the horses because it protects their eyes from flies and also the extreme sunlight during this time of year. So we shouldn't feel bad about wearing masks. The horses wear masks.
Is that the story that you're sticking to, Laura?
I'm sticking to it. Oh my goodness, look what Pansy's gonna do. She's next.
My gosh. How sweet. Laura, when they're rubbing like that, I know that when they're doing their healing, when we're out there petting them, you know how you're petting and you're bringing in our energy as you're hugging for us and petting them. Is this also a way for them to release and help you with the healing? Or is it just that their lip lifts? Like, what are some of the ways that you know that they're releasing?
For one, there is no coincidence to what they're doing. Just like us. Everything they do is for a purpose. And she is relaxing right now to help me relax because I get kind of nervous and she's feeling that. So she's saying, Laura Marie, I'm going to show you how to relax here. And I'm going to model that for you because this is very unusual for her to lay down this time of day.
Wow.
She's offering a gift to me right now and possibly a gift to whoever's watching that might need to know it's safe to relax. It's safe to take some deep breaths. We're surrounded by the herd. She's got the herd all around her. She feels safe. And that's her message right now is it's okay to relax. You're safe. Your herd has got you now. They're watching over you.
Wow. How's that make you feel, Laura?
It kind of brings tears to my eyes that she's so in tune Thank you, Pansy.
Everyone, I'm just being quiet and holding the space for this. Enjoy. Laura, I'm crying.
Pansy is also known as the comeback queen because she was attacked by a mountain lion and survived. She has scars that shows how courageous she was and is, and lets us know that, yeah, we can get down, but we can get back up too. Thank you, Pansy.
Wow.
It is so remarkable that she's laying down right now. It's so amazing. Somebody out there watching besides me needs to be reminded it's okay to relax and to rest. Her breath is slow and steady. She's relaxing. She's in a restful state right now. She's feeling love from all of us as we surround her with love.
Oh,
Thank you, Pansy.
thank you, Pansy. Laura Arnott said, yes, we can get down, but we can get back up and be stronger than ever. And it's important to relax and rest. I know, I love that discussion there. Laura Kelchin says, I love the horses. I connect with Lucky and Pansy.
I love that.
Lori Arnott said, I love how Pansy calms you when talking about the experience with losing a beloved horse.
Pansy is the only female horse right now that we have. So the other four are boys. They're geldings. And she is the lead mare. She has a special place in this herd.
Laura Kelchin, is there anything that you want to add in more about how you're connecting with Lucky and Pansy? What's that feeling that you're having? And then Lori Ludlow Arnott, yeah, share which horse is your favorite? And Laura, we have some more time with you, and then we're going to go in about 5 minutes to our symposium.
Okay.
Your area is with your horses, and the equestrian healing is really calming the space.
Last year we had a retreat out here with the horses, a women's retreat for 3 days, and had a lot of fun and healing with the horses. And this year, because of the pandemic, we're going to have a virtual retreat. So we'll spend 2 days with the horses and with speakers and just get renewed again. And that'll be August 21st and 22nd. There'll be a link in this feed. So they'll be here for us again.
April Wall is here, and she said, Pansy's energy is healing. Love that it's safe to relax. We're surrounded by our tribe.
Yes, well said.
Mm-hmm. April, I like that. You know, Laura, with us, you know, being in our four walls more than we normally have been, I do feel a loss because sometimes we aren't with our tribe as much as we normally are. And it's been a big change. So to have Pansy display the relaxing and feeling safe and allowing us to understand, you know, what that looks like is incredible. And then Laura Kelchin says, Pansy radiates peace. Lucky reminds me of my brother. That's what Laura Kelchin said.
I love that, Laura Kelton.
Laura Kelchin, please add more about Lucky and why he reminds you so much of your brother. And then Lori Ludlow Arnott, my favorites are Lucky and Pansy. And she says that she can relate to both.
It's such a sacred moment to be with a horse that I don't talk a lot normally when I'm around the horses. I went to a special clinic and the teacher of the clinic said, stop talking so much because every gesture you make with your body, the horse is paying attention to. So sometimes words get in the way of a really pure communication with a horse. You don't have to necessarily say anything. Just being here with them is communicating.
I found that with Laura, with myself even, that the more that I get to know myself, the more I know I'm an energy being. I mean, I can feel it more. So I normally do not talk very much when it's time to be with my family. It's more just the feeling and enjoying and receiving. We're getting close to the end with Laura before we go into the symposium style. Keep adding your comments, and we're going to keep talking over here too. We have 15 more minutes with
Okay, Pansy.
peacefulness. And so if there's anything else you want to add, I'll add it into our symposium style here. And anybody, Debbie, you want to add in, maybe there's some breakthroughs that you may be having?
I'm just really loving like how peaceful the horse Pansy is. Like that is, it's amazing just being like in the presence of that. It's so calming.
Yeah. Janet Caleri said, I hear Pansy loud and clear. As soon as I got back to my computer with her laying down, my brain injury needs lots of relaxation, and I'm in the midst of a move. And so, yeah, Janet, when we're in the midst of doing something that is putting us into a new space, there's a lot that comes to that. And to be
And I'd
able
like
to hear quietness is incredible.
Yeah, that takes a lot for the brain to heal. I also have a brain injury that I've been recovering with for a few years, and completely understand that.
Lori Arnott said, this is so special that your horses can relate to you best by feeling your body language. Do other animals that you have communicate this way?
Yes, we allow them to communicate with us that way. We allow them to be who they are. We don't try to force any animal into one direction or the other. We allow our horses to just manifest who they are and let us get to know the real them, without forcing them into some kind of mold or something we want them in.
I hear this in our own perseverance too, huh, Laura?
Mm-hmm.
I know that what I learned was that that it actually made me cry. Like all of a sudden seeing this big, beautiful horse lay down and allow you just to be. It really released something really big in me. Janet, I love what you were talking about being able to hear when Pansy was there laying.
Oh,
Did you cry at all?
do I cry?
Did you cry at all? I was here crying.
Yes.
You were by your
Yeah.
desk. I was crying.
Yeah, I've had a little bit of equine therapy, and it was deeply, deeply moving and healing. I really trust and know the connection we have with animals. And thank you, Pansy. Thank you, Laura. We'll talk
Thank
more.
you.
Let's swap
Thank you.
brain injury stories.
Yes. Thank you, everybody who joined us. The horses, thank you. We felt your love and energy and support, and they gave you the love back. So I hope you feel it. I hope you feel love from our little herd here in Oregon.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lori
yeah.
Arnott said, I need to remember how important it is to communicate this way with people.
Yes.
So the same way, it was an interesting, Lori Arnott, it was very interesting how you asked that question, you know, about do other animals, you know, relate this way? And I know for me that I feel like we are all energy beings. And sometimes we say things, but you can really feel and see the, you know, in the body language when you learn to quiet your mind and be able to just be. Learning a lot.
What came to my mind is, how about if us humans take more time to get to know each other in the way that we know our individual horses and their behavior and what they're doing, why they're doing it, and it's all energy. There's no talking. And I see that with the masks issue, and seeing and hearing people saying it's ruining their connection with others. And I see it as a possibility to read people in a different way, like look into their eyes more, or watch the body language more, like learn to communicate in other ways than the mouth. help you know, develop our listening skills, and just being, you know, just being with each other, not needing to talk. That's what came to my mind as soon as I started crying when Pansy laid down and reminded me that it's okay for me to rest.
So Janet, I cried then too. Took me a moment to understand what the emotion was going through me, and when that happened. Anybody else? I'm asking our community here. Did anybody else have that feeling of release? And I all of a sudden got so choked up. and because right before that we were talking about leadership and, you know, being a leader and being able to stay quiet in a way that really holds that leadership space.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it really does help me with another layer of healing of when I was in corporate and things weren't working. And when I left there, I felt like I had some wounds to really be able to take some time for myself to heal. And I was learning a lot about when trying to pretend to be part of the herd when I wasn't really hurt me a lot. And I know that if I had these tools during the time I was in corporate, life would have been a lot different. And so with Pansy coming and laying down and displaying this, you know, being in that space of like, I'm safe, to me, that is such a vulnerable thing. And I love feeling vulnerable these days, where before I was trying to protect myself. But I feel like that is the heart and vulnerability is one of the biggest components in our energy and display, being able to display to others.
Mm-hmm.
It's the surrendering to the need in the moment, right? Like if your body needs to rest, what's preventing us from resting?
Yeah.
Well, you know, we have all our reasons.
So Laura Laura Arnott said, thank you, Laura, for doing this amazing interview with your horses and Rhonda. What a beautiful experience. Laura Kelchin says, animals are amazing. I've seen cows surround and mourn the death of another cow in the herd. Their emotions were very clear. They expressed their anger and sadness.
Wow.
Then Laura Ludlow Arnott said, I also felt this experience and appreciate the warm feelings.
Thank you, everyone, for your really wonderful feedback and insights. I learned a lot from your comments. I appreciate that.
This is our afternoon meditation.
It just reminds me like how grounding, like being outside
Mhm.
and free, like in the pasture, like in a pasture just always feels so expansive for me.
Mhm.
And it just feels really comforting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, each morning I go out and I look at the stars, if that is the time of year. And sometimes I go out when the sun is coming out, because I'm usually out there about 5 a.m. or 4:45 so I can start my day. And I find that what Laura experiences each day being with her horses is the first thing. Just the other day we were talking about this, Laura, is horses remind us about even when you're going for a walk, to be able to look at a leaf, look at the water flowing, look at like being able to appreciate. Laura, you shared that a couple days ago, and that meant so much in how you're enjoying your walks in the morning.
Yes, one of my mother's favorite sayings is, watch the animals. You'll learn so much from the animals. Be
Wow.
sure and learn from the animals.
We have a few more minutes with Laura.
Does anybody want to visit any one of the horses? Here's Bingo, and we can walk up to either Cabby or Blue or Lucky or Pansy, or we can just stay right here. But we can walk up and give a final pat or hug if anybody would like that.
Laura Arnott had a question because she was wondering how long the horses live. I know the death of a beloved horse is a time of grief, because the horses Laura, how long, like when they're being taken care of and stuff, is it up to being around 30? What's the horse age?
Yes, they're kind of like people. You know, some people live to be 20, 30, 40, 50. Some live to be a centurion, up to
Mhm.
100 years old. But horses don't live to be that old. I think the oldest horse in the world right now is 50
No
or
way.
thereabouts.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would say most horses are considered old at 30. And anywhere before then, it's just like people. They can have short lives and they can have long lives, up to 50 years old. But I would say most horses, once they hit about 30, 32, you're probably going to have to say goodbye to them, because that's about when they're considered old.
Is that Pansy next to you?
Okay, so this is Bingo. Pansy, there's a threesome up there. There's Blue, Pansy, and Lucky all in a row there. And then here next to me on this side is Cabby.
I would love to have for you to rub Cabby. Cabby was so was a little spunky and so sweet when you gave him a heart hug.
Okay, Cabby, we're back.
And Lori Arnott wants you to say goodbye to each of them and give them a special pat for me.
Okay. So Cabby is very food motivated. A hug from all of the people watching that need a hug from you.
Love you. I was like, hey, no, this food is really good. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, there's a really green patch of grass right here.
And Maria Appelquist from Sweden. It's 9 o'clock her time, and she had a meeting at 9, so she had to leave us. Thank you, Maria, for being with us.
Yes, thank you, Maria. I really enjoyed the information that you shared with us.
Laura, thank you so much for sharing your ranch. Can you share with everyone? You start talking about your retreat and you're doing that virtual for a couple days. When is your virtual retreat happening?
August 21st and 22nd. And we'll spend time on the ranch here. We'll visit the river. There's a river that runs through the ranch. It's called the Calapooya River, named after the Indians that were here. So we'll take a visit to the river. We'll spend time with the horses. We'll do some yoga. We'll have some meditation. We'll have feedback and opportunities for you to share that join us. You get to experience a little bit of Oregon.
Yeah, and I get to be there and do some meditation and whatever comes up, connective tissue, just nurturing the body. You're going to have some other experts with you too, huh?
Yes, we are. Too many to name right now because it's a 2-day event, but we will have specialists with color and light and business coaches, just a lot of stuff, a lot of information and support.
Yeah.
For all of us, especially right now. This is unusual time. Yeah, I need extra support right now. So I'm really thankful for everybody who.
I need it every day too, my friend. So April Wall said, Laura, this was an amazing experience. Thank you.
Thank
and
you,
love
April.
learning your thoughts, Maria. So April Wall was saying goodbye to Maria. Just love learning.
Yes, bye, Maria.
Laura, where can they get a ticket? Are you going to, you don't have to say it if you don't know exactly where it is, but you can go into our community on this.
Yes, I have a link that I can share that gives all the information that you need about it.
Excellent. And then how else will they be able to get a hold of you? Is that the way you want, or is there anything else?
Well, my Facebook page is Laura Marie Nielsen Holbrook. I set up that page before I realized you didn't have to put every name in that you've ever had. So it's Laura Marie Conklin Nielsen Holbrook, which that wasn't taken, so I used it. All my names are on there that I've ever been called. I'd be happy to friend you, or you invite me to be your friend on Facebook, and we can share information that way and support.
Wonderful, my friend. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you to all of you.
Fresh inspiration.